Hello everyone and welcome to The Mess. My name is Jake, also known as Plant Cave for Life, and to celebrate just about 3 years on YouTube, I'm going to be doing a full tour of my houseplant collection that I have not done since my very first video. I'm going to take you through my entire collection and show you everything that I got. So without further ado, let's just get right into the video. But before we get into the video, hold up, just one little thing. I will be announcing at the end the winner of the Doc Block Michelle. For those of you who entered the raffle during the month of December, thank you very much for supporting me and my shop. And for those of you who wanted to buy merch at the shop, the link will be in the description below. The shop is still open. It's open internationally, nationally, all that good stuff. So should we start the tour with the Doc Block? So should I just go around over here and down there? This was the Doc Block that was at Home Depot. I did a Home Depot video a few videos ago, and this was the guy that I got. And this was the first leaf that I put out since repotting. And you know what? In about 30% humidity, guys, this winter, I will absolutely take that. This is actually not that bad at all. So I will absolutely take this leaf. It has sized up quite a bit from the previous leaf, which is this one right here, and he is looking mighty fine right there. So somebody will be winning this beautiful Doc Block Anthurium, and we shall see at the very end of the video. So without further ado, let's just start. I guess I started the first video with this shelf here, so why don't we just start the video here? It just makes sense, right? So on we go, friends. So of course I have to have a photo of me in preschool cosplaying as the Statue of Liberty in my green hoodie. Yes, I would stand in the sandbox with my yellow shovel as the lantern and my green bucket and the green pedestal and everything. Everything had to be green, like the Statue of Liberty. And yeah, I would do this the entire recess, like all 30 minutes or however long we were out there. I was dedicated. Also, look at the face. Look at the face. They'd be like, Jake, it's time to line up. I'd be like, that photo right there just tickles me every time I look at it. This I got from Panama. I went to Panama earlier. I can't say earlier this year. It was last year, 2024. We took a trip to Panama, and this was made by the Embera people, one of the indigenous people, and this is a heliconia. Heliconias are native to Panama, and look at the beautiful hummingbird. That is their natural pollinator. Isn't that just beautiful? Here is one of my few orchids. I love orchids. I would love to grow more varieties, more exotic orchids. Unfortunately, I had my stints, my little mania of orchid collecting a couple summers ago, and I quickly found out that orchids are not for the short-tempered. So, yeah, they're very slow growing. They're not very forgiving. A lot of them don't bloom for very long, so I like the ones that last a very long time, like Phalaenopsis. And this one puts out beautiful fuchsia-colored flowers. Now, these Phalaenopsis need a drop in temperature, and I noticed they were not flowering when they should have been flowering, because this is the third year I believe I've had them. So I brought them outside of the grow tent where it was pretty warm. That's kind of where I put my orchids when they're not in bloom and being all beautiful and showy. I brought them out where it's a little bit cooler in here. In here it's like, you know, high 60s Fahrenheit. And look at that. Literally within that first week of bringing them out. Hold on, guys. I gotta get in there and show you. This guy is is blocking me. We'll get to him in a second. Don't you worry. Look at that right there. Spike. This one pops. It offsets quite frequently, and I always pluck them because I wanted to just focus on its beautiful structure, because look how big it is. Look how amazing it is. And by the way, it can't stay here. Once the spike comes in a little bit more, I have to move it out of here because the spike will get obviously a lot taller. Anyone that grows an orchid knows that the spike gets very, very tall, like 2-3 times taller than the actual plant itself. So, but yeah, I find that they just love these little wooden baskets. They just love them. So if you're struggling with orchids, guys, try out these wooden baskets. They're a little bit expensive up front, but I just find that for me personally, they work so great. They allow the substrate to dry out, and yeah, but they also hold on to moisture. So like the roots can attach them a little bit. You know, the roots attach to bark in nature. They cling onto the side of a tree. So this kind of mimics that a little bit. And I have them planted in sphagnum moss. So I live in a place with very low humidity. I live in New York City, so this just makes perfect sense for me. If you live in Florida, maybe with higher humidity, it's a different story. Maybe you want to choose bark or something else. But for me, this works wonders. And yeah, you'll get a yellowing leaf every so often, but that's normal. That's normal. But when you have a really healthy plant, it'll hold on to lots and lots and lots of leaves. I just love that. I just have to show off my beautiful crown of leaves right there. All right, I don't want to touch. Sorry, guys, I'm still sick. I've been sick since before Christmas, so I can't really talk very well. But I don't want to touch the grow light because if you can see, right there, it once upon a time touched the grow light and got a little bit burnt. So we don't want that. But moving up, we have my adorable little terrarium here. We've got a bunch of little things in here. We got this beautiful begonia. It's a hybrid of Darth Vaderiana that I got in a trade, and it grows gangbusters, just absolutely crazy. This is the third time I propagated it, and look, it's just growing so big and tall. I'm gonna have to prop it again. We got some lovely jewel orchids, those lightning jewel orchids, those lightning leaves right there. I just love that. I love that variety right there. The more common, darker ones are very cute, but these, I just love them so much. And then we have this guy right here. Oh God, what is he? He's like a little mini purple palm tree thing. What is he? It starts with a B. And he flowers a lot too, and he's getting really big, and it's kind of a terrarium just for him at this point. And he blocks a lot of light. Oh, what is he? It's like a I don't know. I can't remember. I got him at an Equigenera pop-up. So Equigenera sells these things. So if you go to equigenera.com and you just go look at the non-aeroid things that they have, you'll find this guy, I'm pretty sure. He's a cool little terrarium guy. And he closes his leaves. It's on the tip of my tongue. It starts with a B. So look for something that starts with a B. I also got this in a trade. This was given to me as a Cartel Down, however you pronounce that store. You know the one I'm talking about, guys. The Cartel. Not that cartel. The good cartel. The good cartel. Yeah, this is like one of their no IDs, and it has this long leaf, and it has this beautiful red emergent leaf, and it's so nice. So yeah, he's just chilling in here because I don't really have any place to put him just at the moment, but he's just chilling in here. Who knows what he'll turn into. Right here, these are Margravias, but right there, hold on, guys, what a mess. Right there hiding, it looks like just another Margravia. Right there. That's a true Pothos. Pothos barbarianus, I believe I got on Etsy. So yeah, it very slow growing. That's all the new growth within the last like month. So, I mean, it's growing, but you know. But there's some of the leaves that I got it with. Right, oh, down there. There we go. See, so it looks a little bit different. But true Pothos, not golden Pothos, not Epipremnum, true Pothos. Whatever the heck that means. I mean, it's whatever we decided to call the plant. There's no such thing as a pothos, guys. It's whatever we decided to call the plant. Epipremnum used to be considered a pothos. That's why we call it golden pothos. For those of you who don't know, go check out my pothos versus pothos video. I just posted it a couple videos ago. A few weeks ago. Go check it out. Very interesting history on, you know, the common pothos versus what a quote-unquote real pothos is. But yeah, all this over here that looks like that plant, that's Margravia. Fills out really nicely. I love this purple plant here. Again, I forget what it's called, but I love these purple plants right here. If anyone wants to know the name of any of these plants, give me the timestamp and I will find out the name for you. So just let me know if you're like, wait, Jake, can you please find out what that name of that plant is? Because I've been wanting it, or like I want it for my terrarium, or I want, if I can't think of the name on camera, just let me know in the comments, give me the timestamp, and I will actually go and try to find the name for you. I just won't, I can't do that for every single plant, because I can't remember all the names in the terrariums. And then right here, I got these seedlings. These were berries picked from an Anthurium ochranthum in, I believe, Costa Rica. I got this in a trade, and this is so cool because ochranthum, you don't really see it on the market very often. It's quite rare. It has a very belate leaf, kind of like a rugulosum, like one of those types of belate, bumpy leaf, blistery Anthurium leaves. But really, really interesting plant that kind of morphs depending on the ecotype, depending on the locality, and the genetics and everything. So who knows if the plants will look the same, because they're from the same mother plant. Will they look a little bit different? Will there be some sibling variability? We'll just have to see. But I am very excited to see how those turn out. The fact that they're wild berries is really, really cool. Like, the plant nerd in me is just like, oh my god, like let's see what these guys turn into. This guy is my begonia bike, my second begonia, and that's all of my begonias right there. And right there, those are my only 2 begonias, guys. So if you're here for more begonias, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but those are my only 2 begonias. He gets a lot more red, but maybe just from all the overgrowth in here, he's just, yeah, he's not really that red right now. But when he's sun-stressed, he gets beautifully red. And look how fuzzy. Look how fuzzy, guys. He's hairy. He's like a really weird plant. And then we have some carnivorous plants right here. I think butterwort. Oh, here's just some like cool moss from Central Park that I plucked. Oh, here's a sundew. And then here's a rehabilitating Venus flytrap. And I used to water this with distilled water because anyone that grows carnivorous plants knows that they do not like minerals in their water. That's why they have evolved to capture the nutrients from insects, because they have evolved in areas with very, very poor nutrients, virtually no nutrients in the soil. So yeah, that's why the carnivorous plants have like the little traps. The sundews have the little sticky things that trap the insects on them. If you have these out, it'll catch little fungus gnats and stuff. You may have seen 1 or 2 flying around. I have a couple sticky traps out. I've been trying to get rid of those. So yeah, you still get them. You still get them every once in a while, guys. You never truly get rid of them. They pop up every once in a while. You have to go to Home Depot and get some little yellow sticky traps and some mosquito bits and stuff. And it humbles you. Oh, like there's one right over there. Oh, sometimes I just like, oh, wait, oh. I caught it and then it flew away. Damn it. Usually I just catch them and I just like squish them. But that time I caught it and it flew away. Am I that gentle? Am I that gentle with my hands? I get to be less gentle. What I was trying to say, guys, was that I've been watering this now with tap water and even sometimes a little bit of fertilizer, and these guys have been doing just fine. I'm just gonna see what these guys do. Like the whole thing about they need distilled water, maybe in New York City, like the New York City water is fine. Maybe it's only in like if you have like really soft water. I don't know. But I'm just experimenting, guys, because if these guys die, it's fine. I had my little carnivorous plant collection for a few years, and now I'm like, okay, I'm moving on to other things. Here we have 2 more orchids. This one's really pretty, even when it's not flowering. I believe, this wasn't tagged when I got it. I think it has a certain name. I'm pretty sure it's a, Schilleriana? That's it, right? Phalaenopsis schilleriana. Not a true schilleriana, a schilleriana hybrid. I can't remember what the name of the hybrid is, but it didn't have a tag anyway, so I can't even confirm that that's what it was. It was just at the flower district. Has a really beautiful maroon undersides to the leaves right there, and has a nice little pattern on the front of the leaves there. Let's see, any spike coming in? I don't see anything just yet. but still keeping an eye out. But as you can see, this guy, he holds on to the wood. Do you see that? So it likes the wood because the wood, when I water it, it retains moisture, guys. So they like these wooden baskets. This is my Grammy's orchid. My Grammy died a few years ago. She lived to 102 years old, and this was one of her orchids. She had a huge plant collection back in her day, and she had her orchids and things, and this one, where I'm pretty sure I saw a spike coming in. I saw like the beginning stages of the spike. Where was it? Oh, right. Now see guys, that may not look like much to most people, but for me it's like, oh, every year. Also, this is a very sentimental plant for obvious reasons. But look at how healthy this thing is. Look at that. Look how it just loves it. It dries out because obviously this is like a desert in comparison to the humid rainforest that these plants would prefer. It doesn't have as many leaves as the one at the bottom, but you know, every plant's genetics are different. Some plants are just hardier than others. Some plants will just act a little bit differently than others. You know, some plants will just grow more robust, some plants not so much. It really just depends. This orchid and this orchid down here get virtually the same care. I water them pretty much at the same time because they dry out pretty much at the same time. They get fertilized at the same rate and everything. So, you know, they just act a little bit differently. And that's fine. You just have to remember, sometimes it's like, oh, how can I get my plant to be as robust as your plant? Sometimes different plants just grow differently, grow slower than others or faster than others. And sometimes it has nothing to do with how you're caring for your plant. Sometimes you're doing the best you can. So just keep that in mind, guys. Okay, moving up here, they look silhouetted, guys. I do apologize because they're just such dark leaves. Should I get like a stool? All right, guys, I got a stool. Do you see that? That is a shadow. That's not even a leaf. That's just how dark it is, guys. This is Anthurium papillolaminum. Not any fancy particular type of pap, but just one that grows really robust and nice long leaves, nice dark foliage. Now I'm a little nervous, guys, because last night I saw a little bit of black in the stem and I gave it a squeeze and like I saw some like moisture and I was like, is the stem rotting? I got a little bit scared. I didn't smell anything. Also, it's exposed to air, so I was very confused. But like right up here. So I gave it a little bit of alcohol. I got it a little bit drunk. No. I gave it a little bit of alcohol to clean it. And yeah, look how tall that thing is. So I was going to air layer it, but I guess not anymore if it's potentially getting some rot on the outside of the stem. So, yeah, I don't want to lose this guy because, I mean, look at him. He's beautiful. He grows so fast. I mean, and he's got amazing genetics. He's not my only pap. I have other paps in the grow tent, but this is probably the nicest looking one at the moment. Look at that right there. That is just, I mean, look how, guys, I'm trying to put him up to the light, and he's like a black hole. He's a black hole, like nothing can escape, including light. Can you even see that? Ay, ay, ay. This is a big ol' philodendron Spiritus Sancti. If anyone saw any of my older videos, then you might have seen the plants that I completely rerouted. You may have seen this guy. He looks a little bit smaller because I chopped off some of his older leaves because they were getting a little bit of a fungal infection and they weren't looking so hot. Look at that stupid gnat over there. Listen, I'm coming for you and every generation following you, okay? I'm getting the sticky trap, sir. So you know what? You better start counting your breaths, okay? That's all I'm saying. But this leaf and that leaf over there and this leaf coming in right there are all leaves grown in my care. Now, this first leaf that came in, and guys, please don't mind how dirty it is up here, because it's out of sight, guys, so I don't usually clean it. I clean it like once every couple of months, and then I go to water, and then, you know, I spill, like, see what, I just spilled stuff. But see how it was getting a fungal infection? So the fungal infection hasn't spread on this leaf, which is good, and it has not spread on this beautiful leaf over here. So, you know what, I think I'll treat it one more time as this new leaf is coming in. And yeah, hopefully the infection is gone, because it was spreading some other philodendrons. I find that philodendrons tend to spread fungal diseases very easily, very quickly. Just in my experience, I don't really have a problem with anthurium spreading fungal diseases. Look at how that leaf is not even black. It's just black hole. It's just blacker than black. You can barely even see the veins. That's kind of scary. All right, now look at this. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Guys, when I tell you that the only reason these leaves look kind of shitey is because he's gone bone dry by accident. So these leaves kind of take the beating first. The plant will draw nutrients and kind of start to abort the greenery from these leaves and the nutrients from these leaves first. But look at all that growth down there. Now every time I look at this plant, I think, oh no, is it like covered in spider mites? It's just dust, because this plant just stays like here by itself collecting dust, and it's kind of like isolated a little bit from all the other plants that would otherwise collect spider mites. Like the orchids don't really collect spider mites or anything. This is Philodendron majestic, which is Soderoy and Varicosum crossed together. Now the Soderoy is on the front. Do you see that camo look and that metallic sheen? And then the Varicosum is on the back, giving you that beautiful pink blush to the leaves, especially the new leaves. And then they slowly fade over time. So let's see, these other leaves, like this is a pretty old leaf and it still has some blush. What about these old leaves? Yeah, these are gone. These are gone. Now there are some theories as to why they have this color. Some will say it's to prevent herbivory. Because insects or certain insects are colorblind to red. So they will look at a leaf like this, a newer leaf, and say, oh, they either can't really see that leaf compared to a green leaf, or they will look at that leaf and think that it's dead, because they'll see it as like a reddish brown, and they'll think that it's like a dead leaf, and they'll avoid that leaf and go for the older, greener ones. There's also another theory that the anthocyanins, which is what makes the red in there, is sort of protecting the newer leaves from UV rays, almost like a sunscreen. So there's a few theories out there, and you know, it's still kind of a question mark. It's still kind of a, you know, could be this, could be that, but isn't that just beautiful? And I am expecting, well, not expecting, I'm hoping to see some beautiful varicosums in Colombia in just a few months. It's coming up real fast, guys, and I cannot wait to take you along. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have so many amazing videos to shoot there. It's gonna be just incredible. And varicosums can get massive, absolutely massive leaves, like 4-foot long leaves, and maybe even 5-foot long leaves or more. And by the way, these are Spanish moss that I just kind of let dry out. I used to grow live Spanish moss, and it would grow, like it grew, like it would get longer, and I would just spray it, or not spray it, I would dunk it, I think. I would dunk it like once every few weeks. And I had it for like maybe 2 years. And then one summer, it just like, all of it just kind of died. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if the water quality changed. I don't know if New York changed the water and that's what happened. I don't know. So now it's just decorative, and that's fine. It's just not as minty, bluish green the way it used to be. So it's what it is, guys. It's what it is. This right here is my beautiful terrarium cabinet. Now I have a whole video tour on this that I posted not too long ago, and I have a few other tours of this and videos of how I made this. There's a whole playlist on this terrarium and all my terrarium videos and everything. So go check that out in the playlists at Plant Gay for Life. So I won't be going through all of this just because we'll be in here for like an hour. So that video's already out there, so go check that video out. But I'll just give you one little look-see and just show you how it's looking. Looking nice, looking nice. Yeah. Smells good too. This guy is my no ID hybrid that I have named Anthurium Black Swan. But long story short, I was essentially scammed. A guy sent me the wrong plant. Intentionally, he was trying to scam me. Little did he know that little dreg plant that he sent me would turn into an even more beautiful plant than I thought I was getting. Because look at the oily colors right there. Do you see that? The blue, the purple, the green, the black, just everything. Oh my god, the grays. Ugh, I can't, guys, I can't, I won't, I'm not, I shan't. Does he have, oh, he still has pollen, guys, so I have to collect more pollen from him because I do plan on making more babies with him to sell to you guys because I still keep getting another gnat. Ooh! I'm gonna f you up, sir. Where'd you go? Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Wait, oh! I got him! I got him! I got him! Oh, there's another one. God damn it. What was I saying? So yeah, guys, this is technically a chunk. This was technically like a prop of the mother plant. I still have the mother plant. The mother plant, you know, was looking a little bit tired. So now this is kind of like the mother plant. So I like to keep two of my favorite plants, you know, just in case. I like to keep a little extra prop off to the side just in case something happens, because you never quite know. Sometimes things go south. So I'm very happy that I have this guy. He's just, just disgustingly beautiful. Literally no idea what he is, but I love him. He's got really cool flowers that change color from green to yellow. Just magnificent. All right, moving on, guys. We don't got all day. This is a really cool one. So there is an anthurium called Anthurium nervatum that I really wanted, but really rare, really expensive, and I wasn't going to fork up that kind of cash. So I got this one. This is Anthurium spectabile. There's a new leaf coming in right there. These guys, when they start draping them leaves, oh, you better grab a towel because you're gonna start sweating. It's gonna get real hot in here, guys. Oh, these things are something else. And I'm actually kind of surprised that nobody really grows them because when they get big, oh, they get magnificent. They're just amazing. Oh my goodness. So I am really excited about this guy and I hope that he does really well. He's the Pachynerum type anthurium, so he's related to those types of hardy anthuriums. So he's got the thick, leathery leaves, thick roots, and I think he'll be great. Okay, moving back down. This guy I grew from a seed that I got from Plant Corner. I didn't buy it at Plant Corner. I got it from my friend Jira, the owner of Plant Corner, which is a local plant shop. This is Anthurium vatariifolium. And look at that. It has 2 growth points, which is why it looks extra lush. There's a new leaf right there coming in. Is he, oh, he's dry. So you know what? I'm gonna have to water him. I feel like every time the leaves come out, it's like, oh, I totally have not been watering him. Ugh. But guys, this anthurium can totally dry out. And he's usually just fine. It's only when he gets like bone dry does the leaf kind of get a little bit wonky. But, I mean, there's the leaf. It still looks fine. But yeah, let me take this down just to water it. More Spanish moss! By the way, it's called Tillandsia usnoides, something like that. Yeah, you'll find it everywhere in Florida and stuff. Check out this painting I just finished. I just made a video on me painting it, but there's the finished product. Look at that. I hope to see wild Anthurium andrianums in Colombia. That would just be incredible. I know they're a common Anthurium, the most common, most ubiquitous flower ever, but still, I mean, to see that pop of red in the rainforest, I think would just be magnificent. And then moving right along over here is my living wall of airplants. These are all Tillandsias. And guys, I mean, everyone's like, how do you care for airplanes? I always kill mine. I just neglect mine, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I put this thing in the shower maybe once every 2-3 months. And I'm telling you right now, this guy, they're slow growers, but this guy has grown quite a lot of new little tendril thingies. In the last, how long have I had this thing? Like 2 years or so? 2.5 years. This is the offset. Like, this is the pup. The mother plant died because it will flower and then it will put out a pup and then the mother plant will die back and then the pup will continue the life cycle. That's kind of how these plants work. So yeah, that is the baby that is now like the full grown plant. And then this guy also has a pretty good sized baby plant. And they're doing just fine, guys. I think I've only replaced one plant on here that was looking kind of tired. I think that's a new one. And I think I want to say that's it. And then maybe that might be a new one. But yeah, all the other ones are still the same. Again, they're slow growing, guys. They cling to the side of a tree and they just catch water and they don't really get a lot of nutrients, epiphytes, so they don't really grow that fast. I don't fertilize them. They don't need to be fertilized. So you'll probably burn them if you fertilize them. There's fertilizer basically in your tap water. There's minerals and things. So, and they make their own food from the grow light. As you can see, I have a grow light right there. So they're getting, medium to low-ish light, but I mean, that's all they need. So they don't need a lot of water. I think people are rotting their air plants. I don't think you need to spray them every few days. I think you're rotting them. I think they need to dry out, stay dry, and then you dunk them. Let them soak. I put it in the shower for like a few hours. I like to just water, for like, I don't know, like a few hours. I go for a walk or something. And I just prop it up on the side and just let it rain, baby. That's pretty much all I do. So yeah, and this is my desk. That's where I do my voiceovers for my little plant documentaries. That's where I record music. That's my little home gym. There's the home gym right there and right there. Here's some merch right here. This is my mug. Yes, I use my own merch. I love it. Those are all my designs right there. And you can get your own matching coaster, guys, with the cork bottom, so no scratching. Moving along over here. Oh, we have another painting of mine. That's Kunayalense. I also have that on the shop as well. That's a small painting, so you can get an 8x10 of that one. I believe it comes in, does it come in just white, or does it come in white and black, or just black? I forget. But yeah, I just painted the leaf on that one, so that's the original one. So yeah, I got those as well. And that is based off of my Kunayalense that's growing in my grow tent. All right, moving on to probably my favorite corner in the entire mess. So moving way up there, it looks like a palm. It looks like a palm tree, guys. That is Philodendron tortum. And oh my goodness, this is just one of the most amazing philodendrons ever. It can dry out, and with pretty thin roots, I gotta say, it's quite hardy in terms of drying out. It puts out a lot of extra floral nectaries, those little drops right there. Sugar. It attracts ants in the wild. Yes, I actually did lick my plants. The extra floral nectaries attract ants in the wild. The ants will protect it from herbivorous insects. So, yeah. Symbiosis, guys. A symbiotic relationship. So yeah, they will climb in the wild and they will climb up a pole, but as you can see, he doesn't really care about climbing. He can size up pretty well. I would say he's getting about 500-ish foot candles. So he's getting like medium-ish light. He's not getting crazy amounts of light, guys. He's getting medium light. I'm not crazy about these grow lights, guys. They get the job done. They're clearly grow lights. I wish they could look a little bit more aesthetic. I would love to put track lighting. I wanted to put track lighting. Unfortunately, it's no longer in the budget at the moment. Also, I tried to do like some cheaper track lighting, but I couldn't find the right bulb size and the right track lighting size and all that jazz. So, yeah, that's sort of on the back burner as of right now, but this will have to do for now. So these get the job done. They're fine. They're very clean. You know, they have a nice warm white light, but not like yellow like the Soltec. I'm not a big fan of the Soltec light, guys. Just gonna be honest. They're expensive and they're kind of yellow, but you know, to each their own. That's just me personally. This over here is my one and only cactus. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, right? I don't got no other cactus. This is a jungle cactus, guys. Who are you? It's a what? What is it? Toy Story, anyone? Yes, no? What are you? Oh, is it no, not damn it. Oh, I forget what it is. You know what? This guy's pretty you guys know what this is, right? You know what this is. You're probably screaming. You're like, oh, Jake, that's a blah, blah, blah. It's a very common, tried and true, stalwart and standard type of plant. And I love it because it lets me know when it needs water because it will get all shriveled and can turn gray, basically. It'll basically go and then I'll water it again. And I don't fertilize it or nothing. It's grown so nice and long. It just looks nice and tropical, even though it's a cactus. But it's a jungle cactus, so it is tropical. I don't know. If someone out there is like, Jake, what is it? I don't know what it is. Someone in the comments help him out, or I'll look into it. I'll let you know in the comments if someone really wants to know. But I'm pretty sure you guys know it. I just can't think of the name right now because I don't care. I just like the look of the plant. It looks nice. This is Anthurium I love how I know like the exotic rare stuff that no one really knows, but then like the stuff that everyone knows, I'm like, what is that? This is Anthurium Winlingeri. That's a new leaf coming in right there. I got this at Logi's, and it came in pretty decently sized, and these leaves came in my care. So, very, very happy about that. So, get yourself one from Logi's. Now, I got one from Logi's because it had a picture of the coiled inflorescence, which made me confident that, okay, their plants are going to have the coiled inflorescence, because for those of you who are unaware, not all Winlingeries have a coiled inflorescence, and not all inflorescences of all Winlingeries have the same type of coiled inflorescence. Some are very long, like this one here. This is a painting of one that I saw in Panama. There's a video of it. You can find it on my playlist of the actual plant I saw in Panama, where it had long, coiled inflorescences. By the way, you can also buy a canvas print of this on my shop as well. But then there's also ones where it's like little swirl, and that's it. And the rest is straight. Then, guys, there are some Winlingeries, it's just a long, straight inflorescence. Then there are some, like one that I got from Equigenera, where it's just a short little white spathe and spadix. That's it. So they are different in the wild depending on the ecotype, the locality, and they don't really know for sure why they coil. There's some theories as to elevation, but then some people debunk it because of this and that. You know, it could be a pollinator thing, it could be a this thing, it could be a that thing. They don't really know exactly why. This one is not flower for me yet. I think it's not getting a whole lot of light. I do fertilize it, but it just hasn't really flowered. I don't really have a space to give it more light at the moment, so I'm just hoping that when it puts out an inflorescence, it's gonna be just a spectacular show and you guys are gonna see it. I'll make a whole video on it probably because it's gonna be amazing. Or I'll make a whole video on it if it's totally disappointing. I will start throwing tables and chairs if it's not that. I want that. I want what I saw in Panama. That's what I want. I want to go out the frickin' door. That's how long I want it to be. Okay, guys? That's just all I'm saying. All right. Sir, you know what to do. All right, moving on. This right here is a guy that I got when he was very, very tiny. Now he's huge. His new leaf is ripped, so we're not gonna take a look at that new leaf. But this is his prettiest leaf right here. It's kind of old. It's a few months old, and he's gotten a little bit dry because he's in a pretty small container right there, a little pretty small vase right there. If you can see, I have all my plants in vases. I have videos on why I grow in vases. You can check that out if you're new here. I do it for humidity reasons and all that jazz. All that jazz. I'm such a theater kid. But yeah, so that's what these little crispy edges are. That's all it is. Just from drying out a little bit too much. Right now it's 35% humidity. And it usually drops to like 30% humidity on dry days. But these are the inflorescences. This one got a little bit burnt from the grow light, but look how pretty they are. Now, guys, they are receptive like crazy, but they have yet to produce pollen for me. And sometimes anthuriums do that. Sometimes they're a little quirky. Sometimes they only do one thing and not the other. Sometimes they're sterile. So I don't know, like I would like to self-pollinate this guy, but I'm wondering like, can I? Because I have to collect pollen from him. But you know, like the inflorescences, they die off before I ever see any pollen. So like, I'm just waiting to see like, will a flower ever produce pollen for me? Like we're just gonna find out. So, I don't know, but I love this guy. He's just amazing. He's awesome. This is, the name. It goes on the market as Magnificum OA. OA is the initials. Let me just show you. I have it in my, I have it in here. I made this calendar, guys. This is in my shop. It's live in my shop if you want to check it out. These are all of my plants. These are all photos that I did. So we got the black swan, we got crystallinum, really nice quality and really big. I think it's like 11 by 14 or something. Oh, there's Mr. Triangle back in his former glory, if he ever makes it out alive. And first floor foliage has him, so he's fine. Oh, there's mine. It's kind of like my SP Nov DF lookalike. There's my Carla Blackier. There's my Schizerianum that I used to have. Oh, there's my Conailense, and that was the photo that I based that photo off of. A little bit lighter in color, just so you could see all the detail and stuff. But where is... Oh, here it is. Okay. First of all, I love the way that leaf came out in the photo. Magnificum OA, so Orchideas Amazonicas. That is the name of the nursery that was selling this. So, and they told me that it was given to them by someone who said it was, you know, an undescribed species. So they don't really have any information on it. Maybe I could send some pictures to Tom Crowett or something. I don't know, guys. Anyway, we also got Antilocii, Black Velvet Eastern Panama. We got, my Brownie Eye for October. We got, we have an Anthurium hybrid covered in little droplets of water right there. And then we got for December, we got, we have Dresslery. Got one of my gorgeous Dressleries right there. So yeah, so you can get this one. Oh, and there's my Magnificum Lux. So yeah, you can get these on my shop. And I also have a Panama calendar that I showed in one of my other videos. It was like 2 videos ago, one of my vlogs. I gave a calendar to my mom, so I gave her the Panama calendar. So if you're interested in seeing how that looks, check that video out. It's the video with the thumbnail with the dog on it, with Princess Leia on it. Princess Leia is the name of the dog. So yeah. So Orchideas Amazonicas. Right here's the brownie eye that you just saw. Looking all big and beautiful. 3 gigantic leaves and another one coming. Oh my god, guys, what am I gonna do? Guys, what am I gonna do? I don't know what to do. He's too big. He's one of those plants where I have to chop off leaves because he's too big. I don't know what to do with him. So yeah, unfortunately, like, he can't really grow to his full potential because he just gets too big. But I also grew him from seed as well. There was a fruiting brownie eye at a botanical garden in St. Thomas. And when I got home, I just noticed that a few berries just like, I guess, fell into my back pocket. I don't know how they got there. I was just like, oh, well, I mean, if you're already here, I might as well, you know, grow you out, right? And then I gave some of them away, and I kept a few of them, and then I gave the big ones away because they were getting too big, and I kept the biggest one for myself. So there he is, looking all cute and sexy, and he's like he's gonna eat me. God, my plants are just too big. This is Philodendron atabapoense, and that name literally means originating in Atabapo, Venezuela. Look at the red behind the new leaves as they come in, and they hold on to not the red, but they keep the maroon. Look at that. They keep it for a long time. When they get really big and mature, they will lose it. So it's good to keep them more juvenile and more adolescent like this, so I don't let it get too big. This stake is more just for like structural support, just so it doesn't snap. But if it did snap, look at all these aerial roots. I would just put this in water and just let it regrow, which I actually did do that. So that's what you do when your philodendron snaps. It dries out, and it ain't no thing. I just water it again, and it's just fine, and just grows. So, yeah, this thing is great. I can't recommend this guy enough. Philodendron atabapoense. So, and they can be smaller, too. They don't have to be this big. They can be smaller. They can be more of a trailing, long-leaf philodendron plant as well. And they look very, very nice trailing as well. This is a seedling, probably my nicest seedling of my Anthurium Black Swan. So Anthurium Black Swan crossed with Self. This is an S1 seedling. You can see some of the characteristics passed on from the mama right there. There's a new leaf coming in right there. But yeah, just really, really nice plant right here. And it actually got a little bit of root rot, and that's why the leaves are looking a little bit tired down here. But it's rooting beautifully now, so I'm very, very happy. And it's about to flower. So yeah, I would like to create some S2, so 2nd generation Black Swans with this guy, and just see like, what the heck? Like, what can we make out of this, you know? Like, let's just inbreed the hell out of this, right? And moving to the windows. I love these curtains. I mean, these curtains have been here for a while, but since my very first video, they are new, and I think they look so chic. I got a comment from someone saying they were giving, like, rich gay. I was like, yes! That is the best compliment ever. I mean, it's a lie. I'm not a rich gay. I'm just a broke gay. I ain't poor, I'm just broke. Poor is a state of mind, guys. Remember that. Poor is like, poor is not the same thing. When people say they're poor versus broke, broke is a financial situation. But poor is a state of mind. It's like being rich versus wealthy. You can be broke, but be wealthy. You feel me? You can be rich, but be poor. Right? Just keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind, okay? So, you know, some days I'm broke, but then on payday, I'm rich. All right, anyway. So, there's my little lesson for you. So, these are some more aesthetically pleasing grow lights. These are GE grow lights. That's what they look like. They're not the ugliest thing in the world, but they are under these little lampshades. I got them from, I think it was Home Goods. I just saw these little lamps, bought the lamps for 12 bucks, took the lampshades off, and just put them onto these little hanging things. So, yeah, I just DIY'd it, guys. That's what you gotta do. You just gotta DIY it until it looks cute. This is a big, beautiful Monstera. This, guys, is a regular, this ain't no large form. You know, sometimes you'll see like, oh, like a quote-unquote large form albo. But no, guys, this is the regular small form, the quote-unquote Borsigiana, if you will, albo Monstera. But look at this. Look at this. You can get them this big. This, like, look at this. I'm going to have to make a video on how to turn your small form into a large form, because it's basically possible. Not to the point where you can grow it as big as like those Thai constellations, like those giant, like just, but you can get them at least this big, and maybe even a little bit bigger. The newest leaf came in a little bit smaller, I think because it dried out a little bit too much, and I wasn't really on top of the watering, and it's a little bit drier in the winter time. But all throughout the summer, look at all these leaves. Insanity. This is all spring and summer growth. And then I'll make a proper video of this. Maybe that'll be the next video, we'll see. This right here is my Anthurium cupola spathum. That name means spathe shaped like a cupola. Cupola is a small dome structure. So the spathe is the structure of the inflorescence that protects the spadix. That's this part right here. So dome shaped spathe. Spathe shaped like a cupola. So it's kind of like that. And then this part, the spadix, kind of like faces down like that, and it kind of drapes down like that. It's only flowered for me once. I think they need a lot more light to flower, but it has flowered for me, so I know it's the real deal. Looking all cute. Let me just take him out real quick, just to kind of show you how big he is. He would look a lot bigger if he wasn't staked up. Oh my god, guys, I'm sorry. I'm just so sick. I have like that, like a sinus bubble in my head right now. You know how it is. They like to spread out. Here's the newest leaf, so I have to prop him up a little bit. All right, sir, get back over there and keep growing for me. Put out another flower. Why not? Come on. This is the only plant I have that has like a little pet name. It's Perry, like bird of paradise. Get it? Perry? Like bird of paradise? Perry? P-E-R-R-I. Pet. Well, that doesn't make sense, does it? So it should be P-A-R-I. Perry. I gotta respell, isn't it? I just realized that. Anyway, this is the orange bird of paradise, guys. I'm gonna have to rethink my relationship with my plants. This is my bird of paradise. He's never flowered. I'm trying so hard to get him to flower, because once you're this big, it's like, okay, you have to give me something in return. Like, I have to justify his existence now because, oh my god, guys. Sorry, I'm literally dying behind the camera over here. I'm literally trying to justify his existence because look how much space he takes up. I could have so many plants right here. So I'm just blasting him with light, trying to get him to flower, fertilizing him like crazy, and yeah, nothing yet. So it's been like this for about a year. So we'll try for another year or so. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know what else to do. I'm wondering like if I should give him away to somebody who lives like in Florida. Like if I have a family member who lives in Florida, I was like, hey, like, do you want an orange bird of paradise that you could like get to flower for me? Because I don't want to give him away. Like I don't want to throw him away or give him away. I want to give him to someone who could send me back pictures. You know what I mean? Like babysit him for me, right? Anyway, oh, that looks quite nice. Oh yes, this is my little plant library. Got some books in here, got some plants, decor. Yeah, it looks nice, and it changes all the time. So let's just get right into it. Up here we have a little moss portrait that I made, and I think it's great. So if you want to have some greenery in a room, but you have no light, or you don't want to water something, you know, make yourself one of these. I have a video of me making these. It got like no views. It's one of my very first videos. Just go all the way back to my oldest videos. Just when you go to my videos, if you're interested, just organize them to oldest, and it'll be one of the very first videos. So yeah, it's just one of those cool things, like make your own moss portrait thing. And this isn't even like a good one. Like you can make even better ones than this. This here is my Antilocii, aka Black Velvet Eastern Panama, before it was officially described, published, or whatever. Again, like just a black hole leaf. I can't really even show you. Like, look at that right there. Just amazing. The newest leaf kind of got ripped, but I mean, there it is right there. Still beautiful, but also like, kind of like the Phantom of the Opera. We have to put a mask on half his face. Half his face is hot, but then half the face is like, ah! Just let a chandelier fall on that bitch. This is my Clarinervium hybrid. I bought it as Clarinervium crossed with Pterodactyl. I bought it because it kind of reminded me of Delta Force. If you can kind of see that right there with the border on the edge and the kind of bluish green leaves right there. You kind of see right there. I love the veins. The reason I'm taking him down because he's so easy to take down. That one's a little bit harder to take down. He's flowering. He flowers like crazy, and he's rooting like crazy. I re-rooted him in water because he got a little bit of dry rot or root rot or something. He lost all of his roots, guys. Something happened, I forget what happened, but he lost all of his roots and I completely re-rooted him, so he's doing just fine now. And he's still kicking it. Oh, this is my Philodendron micans. I took a couple of cuttings while I was in Panama because they were just growing everywhere. And I brought them back and I rooted them out and grew them out. And now I have all of this. Look at all this. Look at all this. Look at all that. So now I can say that I have a wild micans from the rainforest. I just love this thing so much. It's just so cool to me. It just warms my heart. It's not like a tissue cultured micans. It's not, you know, something that was made in a lab or a greenhouse. It's something that I found in nature. And I didn't have to take the whole thing. Like, it was a giant plant growing on a tree. And they were everywhere, by the way. You know, these are very common. They're not rare. They're not endangered or anything. And I took like 2 or 3 cuttings, just a few nodes, and I put them in my, not carry-on, my luggage, brought them back and rooted them out. And here we are, what, 7-ish months later? And look at all that. So I'm very, very happy about this. I think it's just amazing. Right here, we have one of my Queen Anthurium lookalikes because I am just done with Queen Anthuriums. I have a whole video on how it's canceled in this household. This is Vilenaorum, and this one might be canceled too because it's only put out 1 leaf so far, and that 1 leaf was absolute trash. So I plucked it off, and we're gonna try again. So we'll see. I also tried a Vilenaorum before this one, and yeah, that one did not fare well at all. That one was an import though, so I'm trying this one. This one was not an import, so we'll just see. Maybe it was an import thing, but when these are big, they're beautiful. They're a compact grower, thick, leathery, but also velvety leaves. Beautiful, beautiful plant, but let's see if I can grow it as a house plant. I don't know. This one is Metallicum. That's another Queen Anthurium replacement that I'm trying out. This guy came out in my 30-35% humidity this winter. He's held on to all of his imported leaves, and he's putting out a new leaf. So let's see how he does. Here is my personal dock block. So not the one that I am giving away in the raffle, but my personal one. And look at that new leaf. Whoo! He's almost the same size as the one I'm giving away, so I won't miss the dock block that I'm giving away after all. Yeah, look at that. And by the way, guys, dead leaf. And by the way, guys, I didn't spend any money on this one. I got this one for free at Plant Corner because I know the owner. It's nice when you know the owner of a plant shop. It's like having your own personal drug dealer. Anyway, guys, don't do drugs. Moving on, over here we have a really cool one. This is Anthurium diabloense. I did a video on this guy for Halloween. Not a lot of people watched that video. I was quite surprised. I love the way that video came out, but no one really watched it. I really like that video. I think the history on it is really cool. The name of it is really cool. And just the look of the plant is so cool. They're from Guatemala. And the whole like story of why it's named Diabloense and everything, I just think is really interesting. So yeah, just go check out that video if you have not seen it. It's in my documentary playlist, my plant documentary playlist. These guys are great. Are they in the same section as Clarinervium? I can't remember, but they grow pretty much like a Clarinervium. So very, very hardy. They got thick roots. Can you see like those thick roots right there? Yeah. I like this guy. He is good. He is sticking around. This is my Grammy's humidity reader. And it's like, it's not the most accurate, but it's cool. And it's showing 36 there. So, you know, I think it's usually like 5 to 10% off or different from whatever that one over there says. So whichever one is off, I don't know. But I think it's cool. And like it's a vintage kind of relic of the past. I don't know how the heck the thing works. There's something in there. Oh, and I got this thing from the Embera people of Panama as well. This is the only sloth thing that I ever bought myself. All my other sloth stuff, from my sloth blanket to my sloth calendar to my sloth magnets to my sloth planters, everything. All my sloth stuff all over my home have all been gifts. And this is the one thing sloth related that I actually bought that wasn't a gift. Anyway, moving down, this guy is crazy. This is a hybrid of, what are you? It's a Phalaenopsis, Schilleriana crossed with, I think, Manii. And it has these beautiful silver leaves. The hybrid name is Bronze Maiden. And it's been great. This is the third inflorescence. I'm such an Anthurium head. This is the third flower spike it has put out back to back. So it put out 2 flower spikes. I bought it when it was not in bloom. I bought it on Etsy. This is like a novelty collector variety. You won't find this at, your local garden center. If you see one, definitely get one if it's not too expensive, because these are really cool and it seems to be really hardy. But it put out 2 spikes at the same time, and then when those were done, it put out this spike. And then it was on its last flower, and I was like, well, thank you for a great months-long show. I mean, I would have to go back to the photos and see how long it was flowering based on how many photos I took of it and how far back the photos went. But it's been, I think, all summer, basically. And now, guys, look it. It's... Stop! It won't stop. The thing with orchids is that they have their flowering time, and then they stop flowering, and then they rest, and then they produce leaves and produce roots. But this guy is just so happy. He's just putting out spikes like it's nothing. Also, he's fragrant. It's very subtle. You have to get right up in there to smell it. But it's a very nice little candy fragrance, nice little sweet candy scent. So I love this guy. I think he's great. I just love him. I love him too. This is a coati skull that I found in Panama during low tide. Ooh. It had skin on it and everything. It was gross. And this is a cousin of the raccoon, so it's kind of like a tropical raccoon. Kind of looks like a raccoon. Yeah, I just thought it was cool, and it stunk like hell, but I soaked it and did all the things to disinfect it and everything, and now it's in there. And it doesn't smell or anything at all. Even, you might think, oh, is it in there so it doesn't smell? No, it doesn't smell or anything. I totally disinfected it. Now it's in there just to preserve it, so like I don't accidentally knock it over because it's very fragile, but also just to properly display it. And I had this thing just in my my cabinet in the kitchen, just doing nothing. So yeah. And then down here we have 2 more plants. Oh, another leaf. This guy is great. This is what are you? Red spider. Yeah. From Cartel Down, Dawn, Down, Dong, Dong, Ding, Dong, the witch is dead. Yeah, that one. This is the Anthurium red spider, which is an unknown hybrid, most likely has forgetii in it because of the closed sinus, but unconfirmed. I'm gonna try to self-pollinate mine because it is just a magnificent specimen. This is just so, so beautiful. Look how long that leaf is. Like, geez. It's weird how it like changes leaf to leaf. Like there's a regular leaf, and then there's a long leaf. Very, very weird. So, is this guy ready to... not quite yet. Maybe like in a day. Oh, actually, he's got some pollen on him. So, you know what? Maybe not tomorrow, when the pollen gets a little bit looser. Gets a little more loosey-goosey. But yeah, very, very happy about this guy. He is looking just great. And I have another one of him in the grow tent that I plan to just to have just for insurance. Also, you know, if something comes up where I want to do like a high value trade or something, because they can go for some money, I have him. So, you know. And then finally we have this guy right here. This is my formerly variegated Gloriosum. Not variegated anymore. There are a couple of like look how the back of the leaf there is variegated. Isn't that such a tease? The back of the leaf is variegated. And then where is that? This is the newest leaf, nothing on it. This leaf came out, and look at that. Variegation right on the tip there. Isn't that such a tease? So, yeah, all the variegation's gone, but there is variegation in the stem, and I cut it. So there's a new growth point there, so maybe there'll be more variegation, but I think the variegation's gone. All of the props that I took of this, I cut it all up and got like so many different props and different growth points. They all turned green, guys. It was laughable, like how they just all turned green. Like it was beautifully variegated for a brief moment, and I made a little bit of money off of like one propagation, but the rest just all turned green. So it's what it is. But you know what, guys? I didn't spend any money. I didn't buy this, so I don't feel bad. I got this in a trade, so didn't spend no money on it. And you know what, guys? Regular dark form Gloriosum with these veins, these beautiful veins, it's just a beautiful plant. So I'll keep this guy, no problem. Finally, guys, we got one more plant right over here. This was a gift that I got from my good friend First Floor Foliage when I saw her a couple months ago. She got me a Thai constellation. Look at that. It's put out this leaf and this leaf. And it's still in the peat moss. I have not taken it out of the peat moss because I am too afraid of the Thai constellations getting the root rot. So I'm just going to let it stay in there. Oh, the roots look good. I'm just gonna let it stay in there if it likes it. And yeah, just keep growing and doing its thing. And look, guys, the fountain still works. And there's my little glasses holder. Anyway, but that is it, guys. That is the end of the tour. Thank you all so much. And now let's get on to announcing the winner of the raffle. All right, guys, here we go. The moment of truth. I'm gonna do this in one take so you know it was fair and square. Here are all of the names in the raffle. So, what do they say? Good luck, may the odds be ever in your consideration. Wait, no, that's Harry Potter. No, not Harry Potter. No, that's the Hunger Games. I volunteer as tribute. Okay, guys, I'm not looking right now. I'm not looking. And oh, that's it. What do we got? Heather Babcock. That's you, baby. You got it. It's all yours. Congratulations. You are the winner. That's it. I did it old school, guys. You all had a shot, but Heather Babcock, you were the winner. Thank you all so much for entering and being part of the raffle and supporting my shop. Love you all so much from the bottom of my heart. I thank you all so much for being here and being part of this community and watching my crazy, silly, just messy content. Sometimes I'm like, I can't even string together 2 sentences. Why are people here? But you guys are here and just watching these crazy videos. So thank you all so much. Love you all so much. And I'll see you in the next video.